Yo, what's good, people? I can't lie, I'm a bit flabbergasted. I have spent my entire MCOC career believing Gladiator was mid. There's barely any fans of this guy. But I figured, you know what, I'll test him out for myself. I've never played him, and the people who do like him really seem to like him, so there might be something there. And what the hell, bro? He is one of the most insane champions I have ever played, and I am not joking. He can handle some very, very tricky meta defenders. Just look at that damage off Zola's special 1. Look at that. That is a Zola nuked in 39 seconds, but it gets more crazy. Now we're going to be fighting a Maestro. So basically, the way this guy works is he has these confident buffs, and he has a intimidate off his heavy attack. You want to use that heavy attack to intimidate the defender, then you want to hit into that block to gain these confident buffs. When you have 20 confident buffs, you want to throw your special 1 to gain a unstoppable. And once you have above 20 confident buffs, basically, when the opponent throws a special attack, you're able to deal burst damage to them by attacking them during their special attack. But you need 20 confident charges for this, and you need the unstoppable off the special 1, otherwise you're just going to get hit in the face by the special attack. The unstoppable off the special 1 will be paused during the opponent's special attacks. Now, this guy's absolutely insane. He's one of the fastest champions in the entire game. Unironically, I can't believe I'm saying that, but Gladiator is not mid. All those people, including myself, who called him mid, could not be more wrong. He is genuinely insane. Look at that damage to Yelena. This is a Yelena, one of the trickiest defenders in the entire game, and Gladiator is making a joke out of her. 30-second fight, bro. That is unheard of. That is as fast as Silver Samurai. That is faster than Jean Grey. Faster than Onslaught. And yes, he can do Rintra, because Gladiator has increased ability accuracy on his buffs. So Neutralize basically does not affect him. I remember one season in Battlegrounds, Nascaze, yes, I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I don't care. Let me pronounce it how I like. He did this fight to me in 60 seconds. And I was a bit shocked, bro. But if everything goes perfectly, you can do this fight even faster than 60 seconds. He shocked me. That's all I can say, bro. Gladiator is not mid. The only problem this guy has is he is a bit AI reliant, because we all know what Intimidate is like. Sometimes it just decides not to work. Sometimes the opponent is just going to get aggressive even when they're intimidated for no reason whatsoever. So you're basically gambling a bit with this guy. If you get good AI, if Intimidate works, he's genuinely one of the fastest champions in the entire game. But if it doesn't work, you're probably going to get hit in the face. Or at the very least, he's going to be a tiny bit slower than he otherwise would be. So he kind of reminds me of Hyperion. Of course, they're so totally different in terms of abilities, playstyle. I just mean the RNG factor. With Hyperion, you're basically risking getting good RNG with Furies, and if you do get that, he is one of the fastest, most OP champions in the entire game. Gladiator is the same, but you're basically having RNG with AI instead of Fury RNG, and if you get that good AI, oh my days, man, he truly is a beast. I want to rank him up on my actual account, and yeah, he's gonna nuke this Nick Fury. So the best champions, the best defenders to use Gladiator against are those with long special attacks, of course, because that's how you're gonna get the most burst damage out of this guy. You do need to make sure you're not using him against defenders that have damage over time on their special attacks, because he has no safety net on that. Like, for example, against this Sentinel here, I cannot bait his special 2, because if I do that, and if I try to hit him during his special 2, I'm just going to get incinerated and die. So we have to bait his special 1. I do wish during special attacks he became immune to some damage over time debuffs. At least once that tech attackers, tech defenders apply, like Incinerate, Shock. It'd be nice if he had immunity to those, even if it was just during special attacks. That would make him handle so many more defenders, but honestly, he handles enough meta defenders as it is. That's not too much of a problem, and that Sentinel just melted. You are going to lose a bit of health with Gladiator in pretty much every single match you use him in. You're probably going to come out around 90% health. But for how fast he is, I think that makes up for it. Yes, I made Thanos go unstoppable there, but I was aware of it. I just was hoping the Intimidate did what it was supposed to do. And he isn't going to attack me, which he didn't, so Intimidate actually worked there. You don't actually have to hit into the opponent's block to ramp up. You can just like heavy attack, because your heavy attacks also grant you 2 confident buffs. So you don't actually need to use the Intimidate, it's just much faster to do so. So in this matchup, I'm actually not going to get hit by Thanos' special 1 too much. I'm mainly just going to dex it, dash in, then use the window I have to deal some damage there. Of course, he's not super fast against Thanos. Barely any champions are, because of that silly protection he has. But he does do this matchup very well. And Thanos is also immune to Cold Snap. Not that that really matters. Of course, most of the damage is from burst damage. But the Cold Snap, it does do some decent damage over time. Like, it's nice to have, I'm not gonna lie. Now we have this another great matchup for Gladiator, because that special 2 is super long and super easy to just land a lot of hits in between, so you can deal a bunch of burst damage. We ramped up almost instantly there because we got good AI, and now I'm going to bait out this special 2 and just watch him melt, bro. Just look at that burst damage. It's like 30k every single time I hit him. Well, every single time I whiff a hit at least, and that is a 25-second fight. Now we have a Kindred, who I wanted to try, and like low-key, bro, I kind of forgot Kindred was immune to Intimidate. So I got in this match and I was like, oh, is this even going to work? And yet it still works, because like I said earlier on in the video, you don't actually need to use the Intimidate. You can use your heavy attack to ramp up your confident buff. So he does actually work against Kindred, despite being a cosmic champion and despite not being able to access that Intimidate. But it's slower than it otherwise would be. Oh, he is like, you know, Chavez. You can land your heavy attack mid-combo as well, so keep that in mind. You don't have to parry heavy or anything. You can just hit the opponent, then land your heavy attack, no problem. And that is Kindred nuked. We did take some health loss there, but I mean, that's really solid for a Cosmic Champion versus Kindred. Cannot complain at that. Oh, Gladiator does have access to a Vigilance buff as well, so this means he can bypass miss. So he is a pretty decent option for Photon as well. And as you can see here, I think I'm going to bait out the special 2 when Photon is in pure light form. And it's barely going to do any damage to us, bro. Look at that. Like, you don't even need to wait out pure light form against Photon. You can just tank all of that with Gladiator, which is actually wild. Keep in mind though that Vigilance buff does go away once you've ramped up to 20 confidence charges, which is a bit silly, but I suppose it's just there so he can land heavy attacks against defenders which would miss you. But still, it would be nice if he could keep that Vigilance buff once he is fully ramped up. Last fight of the video, we have this 1.2 million health pool Punisher 2099. We've got some synergies here. I've made him a Herald. I don't think that actually does much for him, and I don't think his synergies do much for him. Honestly, I just want to see how fast he can nuke 1.2 million health. I'm not running any boosts, any suicides here. This is just Gladiator with some synergies, and obviously he's going to absolutely cook this Punisher 2099 super fast. So that's going to be the end of the video, fellas. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Gladiator is not mid. he is actually quite busted, and I want to rank him up on my main account now. But yeah, that's it from me. If you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.